thought the war broke out indeed. Imagine, people with firearms climbed over. The door gave me 5 seconds to sweep the floor. Suddenly, the door gets opened. Right at once, the rifle butt gets to my face. And had children been here, would you behave the same way toward them? Exactly. You know, the most frightened was when he smiled at me and said, "We've just shot them." My life is in danger. They contracted and killed Politkovskaya, Strutavoitova, Yevloev. Same methods are being applied to persecute me, since I expose what happens in our country behind our backs. Shouting and noise outdoors woke me up. I jumped out of bed, looked out of the window and saw plenty people scrambling over the fence with a lifting jack, all in black, just as they show in action movies. It all happened really fast. I thought the war broke out indeed. Imagine, people with firearms are climbing over the fence, dogs are barking, sound of firing, the dogs already whining, and I realize that the dogs are being killed. And they are running to me already. I'm getting dressed as soon as I can, but they already are breaking into the window. I mean, they broke the window. And they already are breaking the door to the shower. I'm trying to say, why? This is the shower. What for you are breaking it? Why are you damaging the property? I heard the noise, shots outdoors. Suddenly the door gets opened, my finger gets beaten out. Right at once the rifle butt gets into my face. I felt, everything went dark before my eyes. I fell down on the floor. Naturally, I asked for medical assistance because edema was developing and it became difficult to breathe. They didn't allow me to call for emergency. They said that till something was going on, nobody was allowed in or out. OMON, Russian Special Police Unit officers, broke in with firearms with outcry. All down, OMON is working, all get down. With stream of abuse, by kicks, they forced us to the room, threw on the floor. People who were still asleep were dragged from their beds, thrown on the floor with their face down, hands behind their heads. Not move, not turn. Asked about shots and what happened to dogs, because we heard them whining. They said that the dogs were killed. They accompanied us to the toilet, one at a time, with open door. When we were back, all our personal belongings, gadgets, and we were set, were withdrawn. All laptops, plotting devices, iPads and all storage devices. I mean, nobody tell us anything, just we came back and saw no laptop, no USB flash drives, no cameras. Handbags were turned out, I mean they were rummaging in our handbags. What were they looking for? How is it possible at all searching personal belongings without their owner at all? During the search, as I found out later, my purse disappeared. There were 2,500 rubles there. It had lied just prominently. So guys just hitched it up, by the way, bust among other things. Same thing happened to binoculars. This is the way the OMON works. I think they were inadequate people. Why? Because so many people in masks allow themselves to spit, smoke, defecate on somebody else's area for itself, says about moral level. And that they allow themselves to humiliate people, not criminals. And how their behavior toward guests of Svetlana Lada-Rus, it was just very rude, atrocious. They broke in and they forced all, literally women, children, to get down. They were shouting savagely. They had firearms and aimed them on us. Women with toddlers on arms. There was a woman with baby, so they aimed their firearms on her and yelled, "Lie down." I ran out and asked, "Where are dogs?" And you know, the most frightening was at that moment when he smiled at me and said, "We've just shot them." I got scared till hysterics, I guess. I got here. Dogs were lying here. One was killed already. The second was still breathing. The third ran away. The second dog was lying, breathing. They were standing around and just wait when she died, watching. I said, "Are you people at all? Don't you feel sorry for her? Call for vet. Let's take her to the house. We have doctor there. She'll provide first aid." Yet neither I was allowed close to the dog, nor was she taken to the doctor. And all those people, about 20 men and women, were standing around the dog and just jeering my attempt to help the dog. It was so awful. I don't know what people were in the unit. I ran around the area to look for the third dog and saw her running, limping, wounded. She was bleeding. You can see over here. The dog was born with a silver spoon in her mouth. The bullet went through the neck in 1 millimeter of carotid artery, a little bit aside, and the bullet would kill her. There was a large blood pool here. They've covered it with snow. Bloody signs were rubbed clean. Dogs were loaded into some car, but they told me that the gate was open and dogs have run away. You see, that is utmost outrage. They didn't have any right to open the fire here, on the private territory. They rushed into, started shooting the dogs. You know, people and children could be there in that moment. I have to escape any communication to power forces, as they force through Grachova's thin case absolutely using lawlessly methods. They try to get me out of the way before elections. All these absolutely lawless actions of storming my household, climbing over the fence, killing my dogs, give me a good reason to correspond that the same fate is prepared for me too. That is, for I am always telling the truth, and I will do that more and more. If I stop, all the country will die. If you leave us, our honest name, without protection, you will leave the whole country, including yourself.